We want to welcome you to our annual Pinwheels to Prevent Child Abuse press conference. We're here today to highlight the issue of child abuse and to proclaim April as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Each year for the past several years, we've planted pinwheel gardens to raise awareness of the issue of child abuse in York County. We have a large garden at the corner of Rafton Road and George Street in partnership with WellSpan Health, and new this year is also a garden at Dallastown High School with their students participating. And of course, we are very happy to have a new garden here at York College with the support of faculty member Suzanne Nussier and the students in her Applied Youth Development Department. They're raising awareness on the campus of the prevalence of this issue and the importance of child abuse prevention. We want to give a big thanks to York College for hosting this press conference and allowing their students to participate in this awareness effort. So why is it important to raise awareness of this issue? 2015 has brought some significant changes in Child Protective Services law, one of which was the expansion of mandated reporters to include volunteers. As a result, our local Office of Children, Youth and Families and the District Attorney's Office have seen triple the number of child abuse cases so far this year compared to the same time period last year. The CAC saw 554 victims of child abuse in 2014. For the first quarter of 2015, our numbers are up 30%. We anticipate that we'll see well over 600 children in 2015. It's good news that people are taking their reporting responsibilities seriously and stepping forward to protect children. But one of our messages today is that for counties to respond to triple the demand for services, we're going to eventually need additional resources to respond to this demand and properly protect children. So as we think about the issue of child abuse prevention, I'm very happy to invite our Honorable Mayor, Kim Bracey, and our commissioners forward to read the joint proclamation declaring this Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have a proclamation. It's signed by all three commissioners and myself regarding it's Proclamation Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Month, April 2015. And there's a lot of good information here, and we just thank all the providers, all of you for being here and supporting this effort as well. Whereas child abuse and neglect is a complex and ongoing problem in our society, affecting many children in York City and York County, and whereas every child is entitled to be loved, cared for, nurtured, feel secure, and be free from verbal, sexual, emotional, and physical abuse and neglect, and whereas it is the responsibility of every adult who comes in contact with a child to protect that child's inalienable rights to a safe and nurturing childhood. And whereas York City and York County have dedicated individuals and organizations who work daily to counter the problem of child maltreatment and to help parents obtain the assistance they need. And whereas our communities are stronger when all citizens become aware of a child maltreatment prevention and become involved in supporting parents to raise their children in a safe and nurturing environment. And whereas all citizens, community agencies, faith organizations, and businesses will work to increase their efforts to support families. Now therefore we, the City of York's Mayor and York County Commissioners of Pennsylvania, do hereby proclaim April 2015 as Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Month in York City and York County. And we urge all citizens to celebrate children, our greatest resource, and the community leaders of tomorrow. Given this day in York and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the 6th day of April in the year of our Lord 2015, and again it is signed by all of us. Thank you all for the work that you do, and we appreciate it.
So much for that proclamation. The work of the CAC is done in partnership with many organizations that come together to serve children, and our partners include the Office of Children, Youth and Families, the DA's office, WellSpan Health, and the Forensic Nursing Team, our mental health partners, the Victim Assistance Center at the YWCA, and many other partners that are crucial to the work that we do. And I'd like to give an opportunity for representatives from our partners to speak now. I'll invite Tom Kearney forward from the DA's office for any comments.
This is an exciting year that we've had with the changes of law, but really what it does is to codify what has always been our moral responsibility, and that is to report something when it goes awry. Volunteers have always understood this, and we as a community should understand this beyond the volunteers for our various organizations. So I urge people, if you see something that is amiss, childline it, and we will investigate it, and hopefully we will end someday this scourge on our the best and the brightest of us, our children. Thank you.
Children's Advocacy Center works with every police jurisdiction in the county, and today Wes Kelsey from the York City is going to give some comments.
Hi, I just want to thank everyone for being here. I enjoy this event every year. I'm glad to hear the gardens are growing, the number. Many of you hear me speak about crime and about not arresting our way out of problems. And, you know, child abuse is something there when I talk about dealing with the core issues that we have that we need to address. You know, in my 26 years, when I look at people perpetrating crimes and crime victims, there always seems to be, in many of the cases, something hidden down below. When you talk about alcohol abuse and drug abuse and people with just antisocial behavior, often when we look deep inside, you'll see child abuse down there somewhere. So it not only affects the child at the time that they're being victimized, but it also affects their future and it affects our future. And as much recognition as we can give to that and as much resources as we can put towards helping make that victim as whole as we can, I think is very important, and I applaud all of you for doing that. So thank you.
In addition to the forensic interviews that we provide at the Children's Advocacy Center, one of our standards of practice is that whenever a child is an alleged victim of sexual abuse, they should have an opportunity for a forensic medical exam. And we're really proud to partner with WellSpan Health and with York College's York Hospital's forensic team to provide those exams. And we're pleased today to have Dr. David Turkowitz with us to talk a little bit about this issue.
Any discussion that we have about the work that needs to be done to promote healthy children must recognize the endemic nature of child abuse and the lifelong consequences of that abuse. We've done a tremendous amount in York County through the work of the Children's Advocacy Centers in York and really all the partners, our partners in Children and Youth, the District Attorney's Office, Behavioral Health, and the medical component. We've made great strides, but there's really much more work to be done. Programs like this are important because they raise awareness, and one of the most fundamental things that are required in terms of preventing abuse is community recognition and action. Thank you.
One of our very close partners is the Office of Children, Youth, and Families, and we know that they have been absolutely overwhelmed in the first 3 months of this year with referrals. And I'm really pleased to have Michelle Hobbs here as the acting director to make a few comments.
Good afternoon. I just want to echo what everybody else has already said, is that certainly our office has been inundated with additional referrals in this year, which in some ways is a good thing and in other ways is a bad thing. In any given month, we are dealing with roughly 300 referrals on potential children that have been abused that we go out and investigate. Most people know us for the fact that we do child abuse investigations, but I would say that I think the other piece that's really critically important to remember is that not only is the investigation very important, but the ongoing services and the support that we provide to families is equally as important. And in any given month, we are serving roughly 400 children that are with us for anywhere from a month to a couple of years. And so we do know that child abuse impacts children and their families for a lifetime. And so it is really important not only that we do that investigation, but we also provide families and children the support they need to really lead lead healthier lives. And so the work that all of our partners do is critically important, and it's important also for our public to understand the importance of investigating child abuse. And so we're very happy today that we can at least take a moment and remind people once again of the opportunity and the importance of reporting anything that you see that may be a potential child abuse situation. Thank you.
When we see children for forensic interviews and medical exams, one of the next important steps for us is to make sure that they're gaining access to mental health and supportive services and to victim assistance. And I'm happy to have Rick Azzaro here from the Victim Assistance Center, which is a program of the YWCA, to make a few comments.
Good afternoon, everybody. As I look around here, I'm just so impressed with the collaborations we have in York. They're really unparalleled around this issue. I mean, I'm speaking to the choir here, but there is no greater tragedy than the loss of innocence, imagination, enthusiasm, purity in childhood as a result of trauma. But I also know there is nothing greater than the triumph that we see when a child is resilient and grows, knows what potential is, knows what future is. It is profound. It is one of the greatest human experiences I've ever personally witnessed. So today I want to be able to say thank you to the so many survivors that inspire us each and every day to continue to do the work. They are the true heroes. They are the ones that lead the way for every provider and every service agency out there. And I also want to recognize the providers because the task before us is daunting, yet each and every day we show up to work and we do what we can. We collaborate, we work together, and some of the most amazing people are here today with the most amazing task before us. So I thank you on behalf of the Victims Assistance Center and all of our programs. Have a wonderful day.
I remembered everyone. Did I forget anyone who would like to say anything else? As we close, I have actually an exciting announcement to make. In 2016, the Children's Advocacy Center will be 10 years old. It's hard to believe for those who were involved in the very beginning stages and for whom it was just a dream, but over the 10 years we have established and increased our programming, expanded age ranges that we serve, and accomplished a number of other very exciting things. So we are going to celebrate, and we're happy to announce that we're making plans on April 22nd, 2016, so save the date, with an event at the Strand Capital Performing Arts Center. We'll be featuring Elizabeth Smart as the speaker for that event. Elizabeth has a compelling story of being kidnapped at knife point at age 14, held captive and sexually abused for 9 months. She's made an incredible journey from victim to survivor, and we're looking forward to celebrating with her, so save the date for next April. We're very excited about this. Once again, we want to thank York College for hosting this press conference today. As we leave, I want to challenge you to do your part to prevent child abuse. You can do this by talking about the issue, raising awareness in the circles that you move, educating yourself to recognize the signs of abuse, and pledging to keep the children around you safe from harm. Together, we can make York County a safer place for our children. Thanks for coming, everybody.